This is the Orioles Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Baltimore Orioles. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Good evening, everyone. This is the Baltimore Orioles Postcast, and my name is Luke Slabaugh. If you're new here, this is your first time on the channel, tuning in live on YouTube where we stream these live. I'm the postgame show host here on Locked On Orioles. Been doing this all season long. Daily content here for the Baltimore Orioles. Please like and subscribe. If you're new here, it's a good community. However, not a game that we all want to celebrate here on this Sunday. 7:23 Eastern Time. Final score, the San Francisco Giants 13 and the Baltimore Orioles 2. It's a tough one, and longtime commenter and channel favorite Nehemiah Lockett in the Spider-Man hat comments in the section in the chat. He is outraged that this loss is unacceptable. Some painful memories and moments today that we'll all go over. The O's dropped the rubber game. They narrowly avoid their fifth shutout loss of the month and 15th of the year, and they finish August 11-17. First things first, we got to talk about a phase of the game that has been lacking in recent memory. Throw-out offense, throw-out pitching today. Both had lackluster moments. Both had some good moments. However, the defense doomed Tomoyuki Sagano, the right-handed starter, and never really gave him a chance to compete against the Giants in this rubber game.
This is what you'll be talking about.
With a young team comes growing pains, with rookies and first-year players and second-year players adjusting to the bigs. Defense has fallen by the wayside lately. Fundamental baseball that is taught from American Legion all the way up. We've talked about runners in scoring position. We've talked about base running errors. We've talked about poor command and location. And all of that has been beaten to death and covered to a T, dotted I's, everything through 130 games. What is going to leave a sour taste in Orioles fans' mouth is the defense. And we'll pick this up bottom of the fourth. One out, runners on first and second. Luis Matos had singled against Sagano and Patrick Bailey walked. And it's the young hitter in the Giants lineup, Christian Koss. Taps a sweeper outside, pulls it to infielder Jeremiah Jackson. Soft hit ball at 66 miles an hour. His throw is low on the line past first baseman Ryan Mountcastle, allowing a run to score from second base to make it a 4-0 Giants game. The next batter, Drew Gilbert, ahead in the count 1-0, hits a splitter outside at 88 miles an hour. Routine fly ball to left fielder Daniel Johnson. There is some wind on a nice day, but typical Bay Area day. Wind not swirling at Candlestick Park or Levi Stadium levels in the Bay Area. But Johnson originally takes a drop step back, then tries to re-angle himself towards the left field line as he sees the fly ball peeling that way. He trips over himself trying to recover his route. His left leg crosses in front and he stumbles and falls. With the speed of Gilbert, he books it to third base. 2 runs scored to make it 6-0. By that point, the game is out of reach. Elliot Ramos then singles on a 2-seamer inside to left field to make it 7-0. And if you thought that was bad enough, it got worse. Bottom of the sixth, right-hander Corbin Martin in on relief, just trying to stop the bleeding, assuage this loss in any way possible. If you lose 7-0 or 7-2, it's just one of 70 losses this year. Ramos walks, and then Rafael Devers hits a ground ball to Jeremiah Jackson there at third base. He's shaded over towards the shortstop side in what you can do in terms of shifting for a pull-type hitter, and he boots it. With 2 outs, Dominic Smith drives him in with a first pitch curveball at the knees. Matt Chapman then walks on a 10-pitch at-bat. Then Luis Matos, routine ground ball to Vasquez at shortstop. It is in and out of his glove as he pantomimes the exchange towards second base, and everyone is safe. It's 9-0. And Yennier Cano comes in with the bases loaded and walks Patrick Bailey to give us a 10-0 ball game. It got to the point where Alex Jackson, sixth string catcher this year, and finally finagling himself into a backup role, tried to sneak him through the waiver wire over the offseason type of situation. He pitched the eighth inning and gave up 3 runs. I saw a comment here live on the YouTube from Riley saying that this eighth inning might be the most painful memory of my Orioles fandom. Lest we forget, Jorge Mateo came on in relief earlier this year. So did Gary Sanchez in that 24-2 Easter Sunday massacre at the hands of the Cincinnati Reds. Of course, Tomoyuki Sagano did himself no favors as well. He was behind in this game even before the defense went to hell in a handbasket, and that's the subject of tonight's Turning Point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the Turning Point.
1-0 game, bottom 3. 1 out. Drew Gilbert hits an infield single, kind of out of the reach of Ryan Mountcastle. It was a no man's land right side hole type of deal, and Tomo couldn't cover the bag in time. On the hit and run, Elliot Ramos hits a sweeper into the outfield to make it first and third. And then Rafael Devers, a first pitch split finger, a single into center field, trapped by Colton Cowser for a run to score and make it a 2-0 ball game. Cowser, by the way, started out the first inning, the first batter of the game that Sagano faced, with this incredible backhanded catch. Probably the best catch we've seen from an Orioles outfielder moving inwards this year. Of course, Cedric Mullins robbed a couple of the home runs. We've seen Colton Cowser come up big at the wall. But that was probably, in terms of range, he maybe dove a little bit too early, but he made an incredible grab. Go back and watch the highlights if you can. Of course, Ramos had singled to Cowser in center field earlier in that inning. And Devers' hit was also to Cowser. Willie Adames would hit a sacrifice fly to center field as well to make it a 3-0 ball game. How the Giants got on the board was Rafael Devers sticking to the O's, as he has been known to do throughout his career. 28th home run of the season combined between Boston and San Fran. A 2-seamer low and in that he went down and got, kind of bent his knees and jerked his swing downwards to make that happen. And that's how the Giants got on the board. Coming up, we'll go over the only runs that the O's got in the ninth. Continued issues with runners in scoring position against Justin Verlander. And coming up, some additions to the roster. Tomorrow is Labor Day. It is also September 1st. And the O's try to end the season with as healthy a roster as they can. In this upcoming San Diego series, we will get a glimpse of some O's who have been long injured after going under the knife, and looking forward to it. And that is coming up right after the break. This is the Orioles Postcast. Stick with us. And we bring up our sponsors. Starting with Upside. I got 3 for you today. Starting with Upside. If you're still paying price on the full for gas, stop doing that. Stop leaving money behind with the free Upside app. You get real cash back every time you fill up. The app is free. It's called Upside, UPSIDE, on the App Store or Google Play, and you can earn cash at the pump. Limited time promo code courtesy of moi is SEASON. You get an extra 25 cents back per gallon on your first fill up. You can make up to $300 a year just from buying the gas you already needed. Real people on real commutes in their real lives are getting paid, and you can too. The bonus to this is you can cash out anytime you want to your bank account, to your PayPal, to an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Don't let this offer pass you by. Download the free Upside app now and use my limited time promo code SEASON for a limited time 25 cent per gallon bonus. That's promo code SEASON. Disclaimer, offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions. FanDuel is back. Looking forward to football season. Before we continue any further, I want to congratulate the winners of this weekend. Army West Point Black Knights. Congratulations on a great 2025 season. We will see you next year. But NFL is also here, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready to kick off with a can't miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. It's quick, it's easy, and the best way to add a little more energy to your Sundays. So, are you ready? If you're ready to play, download the FanDuel app now by visiting fanduel.com to get started. That's fanduel.com to place your first $5 bet. And one more to Prize Picks. Episodes brought to you by the Daily Fantasy app, where making the right call can actually pay off. It's Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day. Ever since I got to this new studio, horrible decisions. Horrible decisions, but not Prize Picks. Prize Picks is awesome. With football back, Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections. You can turn your takes into real prizes, all in less than 60 seconds. I love checking projections like Josh Allen for more or less than 270 passing yards per game, or Saquon Barkley for more or less than 1 rushing touchdown. Elite running back. Why did the Giants ever let him go? And the best part, even if one of your picks misses, Prize Picks invented the flex play, so you can still double your money. Download the Prize Picks app today and use my code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONMLB for $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks, because it's good to be right. Right. Wrapping up things on the Orioles postcast, we got 3 minutes ish left. A couple of comments I have seen over the weekend. One, we've got a Notre Dame fan in the chat. Super cool. Selected Silver Sire, new to the channel. Hello, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Says 2 hits for Ryan Mountcastle. Trade the outmaker Kobe Mayo and extend Ryan Mountcastle. Yeah, Kobe Mayo struggled quite a bit. Did not see any action today. Ryan Mountcastle now more of a contact hitter than the 30 home run threat that he was at the start of his career. And Goob is counting on Adley Rutschman to be traded over the offseason. The Apple TV broadcast on Friday was adding fuel to that fire where there wasn't any, which was weird. And Dental Office says it was great listening to John Miller during O's games again this weekend. And I did not see the end of that comment. Don't watch the YouTube. Nothing inappropriate was said or written there. Yes, John Miller. I listened to some of his broadcasts as well over there for KNBR in San Francisco. Appreciate y'all. O's get a couple of runs there in the ninth, and by so doing, they narrowly avoid their 5th shutout loss of August and their 15th of the year. It starts out kind of in the way that the O's gave up runs. Daniel Johnson hits a 2-seamer down the middle off of the hand of right-hander Spencer Bivens, hit to right field, and shaded out there is Luis Matos. He seemed to have lost it in the sun and then cowered backwards as if it was about to hit him in the face. It didn't, and Johnson gets a free 2-bagger. Holiday then splits the gap in right center field, actually bangs a line drive off the wall, 400 feet, his 19th double of the year, in a game where he reached base 4 times. He only scores once, but the first hit with runners in scoring position is Jackson's RBI double. And then 1 out later, Gunnar Henderson going oppo, using the backside of the field, left center, a single that scores Holiday on a poorly located 2-seam fastball. I mentioned the issues with runners in scoring position. Yeah, the O's worked Justin Verlander incredibly well, especially through the first 2 frames. It looks like they had him dead to rights. And yet Justin Verlander doesn't give up a run in this game. And what's crazy is that in his quest to get, what was it, 275 or whatever number win it was in his career today, his 3rd of the season, Bob Melvin, the manager, lets him throw 121 pitches in a game that was well out of reach. 265, excuse me, the number of wins in Justin Verlander's storied career. And the thing that is bothersome is just how the O's have never quite adjusted to situations that require runners in scoring position driven in. Jackson Holiday leads off the game with a 7-pitch walk, steals a back, his 14th of the year. So runner on second base, Jeremiah Jackson strikes out on the pitch that Holiday swipes second. And Ryan Mountcastle walks with 2 outs. You've got Verlander at 20 pitches. First inning, Verlander has a 1.57 ERA this year. And then Colton Cowser, full count, gets a curveball that's bending inwards, and he takes it for a strike. 26 pitches thrown by Verlander, nothing to show for it on offense. We've seen it with Kobe Mayo. We've seen it with Cowser as well. It's like they're so afraid to be wrong that once they've guessed the pitch and it's not what they see out of the pitcher's hand, they freeze. Kobe Mayo had a lot of holes in his swing his first taste of big league action at the end of last year. And this year, when he first got started as well, he looked very uncomfortable, very long swing, had trouble with the off speed. He started in June and July to get a better feel at the plate, starting to take balls low and outside a bit more, but even still would chase on occasion. And now he's back to whiffing. Not even, didn't even play today, and yet we are seeing comments in the chat with Ryan Mountcastle with another 2-hit game to have him cemented as the first baseman next year. It's kind of a worst of all possible worlds. 2 for 4 with a walk is Mountcastle. OPS still hanging around 684, but the batting average at 264. Top of the second as well. Dylan Beavers leads off with a walk. Luis Vasquez dumps a Verlander curveball into left. He singles. And with 2 outs, Jackson Holiday grounds out to first base. 50 pitches, nothing to show for it. Even as far as the 8th, the O's were still able to make contact. Gunnar and Mountcastle single, and Colton Cowser grounds out sharply to second base to end the inning. The final line with runners in scoring position is 2 for 12. They leave 12 runners on, and 6 of them with 2 outs. 6 runners left on in scoring position, with 2 outs. The O's carry on, and they have a date tomorrow with the San Diego Padres. And Labor Day weekend, I hope you all are having a good time. Hope you're with family. Hope you're not letting this bother you. I hope this is not a net negative on your life, but a lot of people have decided that already. 6:40 Eastern, first pitch on Masson to right-hander Kyle Bradish against future Oriole Dylan Cease. Come on, David Rubenstein, make it happen. Dylan Cease is pitching to a 4.82 ERA this year. However, his fielding independent pitching is about a run under that. The defense in San Diego has done him no favors. Reports from Masson's Rock Cabato is that right-hander and 35-year-old Venezuelan Albert Suarez is set to be activated as the rosters expand to 28 players in September. Right-hander Tyler Wells also supposed to get activated on Tuesday for his start. And we're looking forward to it. Tyler Wells, of course, went under the knife for UCL surgery, not Tommy John, different procedure. And the Tulsa, Oklahoma native going to go up against Yu Darvish, the right-hander, and then the finale set to be left-hander Cade Povich against Yankees all-star, formerly Nestor Cortez. And we're looking forward to it. We will wrap things up here on the Locked On Orioles postcast. David Owen commenting, can we get a hat for losing streak? We'll find one, maybe. I'm not supposed to amplify the negatives here. I would get some bad feedback. Yes, you get to see former O's Ramon Laureano and Ryan O'Hearn tomorrow through Wednesday. And then the O's finally get an off day. Looking forward to it and looking forward to seeing y'all tuning in as always. Like, subscribe, great community here in the comments. And of course, things change. This has been a topsy-turvy season. Today was a nightmare. Go get some caffeine or go get some sleep. Spend time with your loved ones. Have a great Labor Day. And I will see you right back here tomorrow. The final score, the San Francisco Giants 13 and the Baltimore Orioles 2. Good night. Stay safe. And I'll see you tomorrow. Love you lots.